If you had to make a high fashion runway look out of only elementary school materials, what would your showstopper look be? Would it be a fierce gown or a full blown disaster? Find out what the designers did on this episode of the Previously On podcast. Hey, welcome back to the Previously On podcast. The show will remind you why that one scene lives rent free in your head. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my podcast co host in Chaos.
Joanny, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of Previously On.
Okay, so today we are recapping episodes 4 and 5 of Project Runway Season 21, and it is the Unconventional Materials Challenge. Now, before we even get started, obviously there's some controversy for this episode, which I'm so excited to get into. But Giovanni, do you enjoy the Unconventional Challenge?
I do because I think it's a challenge. You really get to see how their minds work and how savvy they can be. For me, it's really interesting to see how they transform these like regular household items or whatever it is into like an actual outfit. Like I like to see an actual difference in the material that they used, if that makes sense.
Same. Yeah, I mean, this episode is unique in multiple ways, and we'll get into why. But spoiler alert, they actually never did the challenge on the actual runway. They did it in the workroom, which was also something different. Right. So I guess new house, new rules. So that's number one. But I'm a sucker for like an old school unconventional challenge, which they should be able to take these ordinary items that you probably wouldn't think about making a gown and then make it into something extraordinary. And so that's kind of what I'm used to. Like, I don't want to see the same material and know that it's that material.
Yeah, that. I want to see an actual transformation. I want to be like, wait, what?
Right.
Those are volleyballs? Like I couldn't tell.
Right. Make fabric out of maybe volleyballs that you probably wouldn't think it was actually volleyballs. Okay, so if you're new, we saw that Casey was eliminated in episode 1. We had Alex eliminated in episode 2. And then we had, unfortunately, Giovanni's daddy, Angelo, eliminated in episode 3. So that leaves Ethan, Antonio, Belania, Jesus, Joan, Joseph McCrae, Madeline, Yu Chen, and VJ going into the unconventional challenge. Okay, so this challenge, the theme is Abbott Elementary. So, like I said in the intro, this is taking elementary school finds and making something extraordinary out of those things. Now, when I first saw it, I was like, poster board, popsicle sticks. Like, what are they going to do with these textiles? Some looks worked, some did not.
I was honestly gagged when I saw that it was like Abbott Elementary because I never would have guessed that. Like collaboration or whatever. I was like, Abbott? Like the TV show? Or like is it like a real thing? I was so confused. I love the show. I never thought that would have happened.
Same. But again, that's a first. And also another first is we only had one judge for this episode. And that judge was none other than the image architect himself, Law Roach. Now, Law Roach this season has been causing a lot of controversy. And honestly, I may just be biased because I feel like Law Roach is my spirit animal, but I'm not upset. I think Law Roach is TV gold.
That, like, we know what we get with La Roach. It's always gonna be a bit of controversy surrounding him. I know what to expect, and I love La Roach for his like absolutely wild commentary sometimes. So I'm not mad at it either. Like people need to calm down. It's TV.
Yes. But the fans are not excited about Law Roach. They said that his critiques don't make any sense and that he doesn't know what he's talking about. And honestly, I feel like Law Roach is the perfect judge for this season of Project Runway. Not only because he's television gold, but also because they're doing something different this season. They're on a different network. The platform that they're on is Hulu and Freeform. And so I don't think a lot of people are expecting Project Runway to go to Hulu and Freeform. It's either Lifetime or Bravo. I think that also having the elimination on the beginning of the following episodes is bringing more people to actually watch the season because I don't think they would if it didn't have it that way.
I honestly hate that format. I have told you this before. Like, why make us wait to show us who gets eliminated? I'm still come back next week and watch the episode. I just hate waiting a whole week to find out who got eliminated.
Yeah, but I don't. I think you're like the exception and not the rule, right? I don't think that viewers will do that for this season in particular because of the platform. I think if it was on Bravo or if it was on Lifetime, people would go in and they would tune into it every single episode. But I don't think for this season they would have. Even with Heidi Klum being back, I don't see it for them.
Okay, I think that's a fair point. I still hate it.
Yes, I mean it's the worst because we're not used to it, so it just
Yeah.
feels awkward. It feels different. Also, the editing and the production just feels a little dark to me. I don't know, maybe it's just the way the camera like lighting is, but it just feels darker than other seasons. And we've watched reality TV shows, but it feels like they're putting all their eggs in certain baskets, and that is something that Project Runway never did before.
Yeah. You can definitely tell who they want to push to the end. Now, I don't want to say push because it's not like they don't deserve it, but like you can tell by the edit who's going to make it to the end.
Or like even if they don't make it to the end, but at least their storyline is being drawn out.
That
But I just think it's interesting that watching other reality TV shows and the way production has done that, that is kind of similar to what they're doing here in Project Runway. Okay, so that was enough of my spiel. Let us get into these looks because
wait, is
there's
this
some
spiel or spiel?
spiel. I I'm from the Bronx. My accent is thick. It is what it is. You get the point. They they understand what I'm talking about. Um, okay, so first up, we have Chen, and he chose to use like soccer balls. And so I have a problem with this look, but I'm gonna let you go first. What did you think?
For me, this is like a mute. It's I think it's cute, but you can tell it's obviously made out of soccer balls. I think the design left a lot to be desired for me. Like it was very minimal. It didn't really look like he did much with transforming the material. Like I'm sure this was difficult to do because hello, it's soccer balls. But I just wish there was more of a dramatic transformation.
Yes, I put this on mute. It was almost at a turn off, only because it was made well. Right, that's the reason why I
Yes,
didn't get a turn
yes.
off for me. It got mute because of the reasons that you said. It is a soccer ball. There is nothing extraordinary about it. There's nothing that he kind of like transformed. And honestly, there's nothing unconventional about it. It still looks like soccer balls. He played some colors here and there. It looks like what I would say like a chemistry project, like the atom,
That
whatever.
that that
So
is what I thought too. Yes.
there's points for that, but still, it's a soccer ball.
Yeah. And like he literally just popped the soccer ball on her head.
Yes, but the episode, oh, he was living. You couldn't tell Yuchen was feeling his oats. You couldn't tell him nothing. He was like, "Oh, I ate this. This is everything." Yes, he even had a little. You could see her booty. She had a little side boob. Like you could see the little under boob. Like he was feeling himself, and everybody else was like, "Child, we don't know what Yuchen doing."
Mm. I'm on their
Yes.
side.
Correct, same. All right, next we have Melania, and she used, I guess, some plastic, but also some of the mats from, like, the gymnasium.
Hmm.
Those blue mats that you would put on the floor to actually use it. So, yeah. At first, it was going to be a raincoat, and Christian was like, "Lies, what are you doing? Like, you're not going to make a raincoat."
Yeah, no, that was a lot. I think overall this look is like a low volume. Like for me, it's nothing exciting, but I appreciate that she more or less it does look like fabric. Even though she didn't use it. So I appreciate that there's more of a transformation from what the material is to the final result. I just think overall the look is honestly just kind of boring.
It is boring, which is why I gave it a mute. Right, I was like, I put this on mute for that reason because it's boring. But again, the model when she came out, she looked fresh. She looked young, which was great. Obviously, I'm just not inspired by the materials that Melania used because we came from that challenge in which Melania made that amazing, like, two-piece with that long shawl, right? Like that was amazing. That is fashion forward. That's fresh, and she's coming off of that high, and we're like, what happened to Melania?
Very that.
Okay. So then we had, child, we had We had Madeline. I
Baked
couldn't even get
potato
it out.
couture.
What did you think of Madeline's look?
This for me is the best look I've ever seen. I absolutely adore this. Said no one ever. Turn off the fucking TV, smash the TV, throw it out, get a new TV. Fuck this look. I'm sorry, but it literally looks like a kindergarten, like a student at Abbott Elementary made this.
Madeline. And you know, I adore Madeline. I think
Yes.
she has amazing potential, but I had to give this a turn off. I was confused. I think even Madeline was confused when she made it. Right?
Hmm.
Like she ran out of time. It didn't feel inspired. I don't know what these materials are because I kind of blanked out because that's how bad the look was. Lyris is a curvy girl. Like Lyris is a beautiful, voluptuous, full-figured model, and she just looks like a baked potato. And I don't think that's what Madeline was going for because this looks bad.
It looks really bad. Like it does nothing for her shape. I feel so bad for the model. Ugh, no. I feel like she also needed to add something to give the dress more dimension because it's all the same color and it's kind of reflective. You kind of lose all the detailing. Like she should have maybe added some paint to, like add some shadows or added a different material because when you look at it, it's just like the details get lost completely.
It's bad. And then next we had VJ. What did you think?
This is a turn on. I love this. I This to me looks very like futuristic, very it looks kind of 3D printed, but not like in a bad way. I think it looks really cool. I love this.
I gave VJ a turn on. I liked it. I thought it felt fresh. It felt inspired.
Hmm.
She used shuttlecocks in a different way, and I was like, "This is great." First, they in the whole episode, everybody just wanted to say shuttlecock as if that was like the greatest word ever. I don't know. We have a whole bunch of immature designers in the workroom, but everybody was like shuttlecock, shuttlecock. I love shuttlecocks. Like the whole entire, even the judges was like
Yeah.
shuttlecock. I'm like, guys, we get
I
it.
mean, it's on theme for the Abbott Elementary because the students, they hear the word shuttlecock, they've been saying it all day.
Yes, but it's funny because VJ had them but didn't know what they were, and she was calling them something different. I totally forgot what she was saying, but it wasn't shuttlecocks, and they was like, "No, it's shuttlecock," and she was like, "Shuttlecock," and then it was just in VJ's accent, which
Yeah.
is so endearing, it's so warming, it's so hilarious because she didn't know what they were. But I think it's just really interesting, like you said, 3D printed because it does give a different dimension and it does give a different look to the shuttlecocks. Especially, I feel like she kind of made her own fabric. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like.
Yeah. Can you say shuttlecock again?
Shuttlecock.
I don't know.
Yes.
The last one you said, I don't know why, but the way you said it,
With
I don't know.
was really funny.
Yeah, I see why they kept saying it.
You're right. It was even in the second episode, episode 5, they kept saying
Shuttlecocks.
shuttlecock. Like Heidi was like living for the shuttlecocks. It's so funny. Um, okay. Then we have Jesus. What did you think?
This was a turn off. I really don't like the shape of like the top. I think the top portion also kind of swallows the model. The way it like fits on her, like the shape is not very flattering. It's just a no for me.
All right. I gave Jesus low volume. And it's because, so the materials he used were like zip ties, he used soccer balls, right? And so I, I'm at the point where I've seen soccer balls in many different chevron patterns so far on Project Runway, right? That every time they either do it the way Yuchen did or they do it the way Jesus does, right? Just like this. Same kind of dress, same that. I get it. It's 21 seasons into Project Runway, so yes, we're bound to have some repetition. Okay, but what I do give him credit for is the jacket out of the zip ties. I thought the jacket looked really nice. The styling on
I
the
get
look
it.
also looks really nice, but it just felt uninspired.
I I really don't like the way it like fits the model. I think it doesn't do anything for her shape. I don't like the silhouette, and it just the jacket just feels like too much for me, which is weird because I feel like it's something I usually like, but
Yeah. No, I totally get it. We do see the finishes, right? We do see that it is not fitted correctly to her, like to her body.
Hmm.
And so we see the puckering in the middle, right? And that's what we
Hmm.
don't like. And so it kind of takes you off. So everything that you said, 100% I agree with that. Next up, we have Joan. What did you think?
Low volume. Um, Honestly, it's just kind of boring to me. Like it's, I don't think it's the worst look. I don't think it's bad. I appreciate what she did with like the skirt, but overall, it's just like I don't look at it and I'm like, wow.
Interesting. I gave Miss Joan a turn off. And okay, so she used popsicle sticks at the top,
Hmm.
as you can tell. And then the bottom is,
As
like
you
when
can
you ever
tell.
do, yes, at the bottom of the, no, what is it? Like the communication boards,
Yeah,
like the
the
bulletin boards? Yes, that little
yeah.
banner strip? Yes,
I don't
that's
know
what
what
she
they're called,
used.
but yeah, that.
Yes.
What
I just don't like that she painted it black. I feel like the way it was painted just looks really like dreary and drab.
it does, but I actually kind of like the color because she at least tried to transform it so it didn't look like, like a rainbow school skirt.
Hmm, true.
Because if
Yeah,
she had kept the original colors, we would have been dragging her because it would have looked weird. And we would have said she didn't
true.
do enough to transform it. So I appreciate that she like colored everything and try to make it look like fabric, essentially.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just at the point with Miss Joan, and I love her dearly, that I want to see what she can do. Because every like look that so far that she's put down the runway, she's either said it's not like her original design, she wasn't inspired, or right, this is not something that she's extremely proud of. And at this point, I'm like, when are you going to put something down the runway that you are proud to say, yes, I did that?
That is fair. That is a valid point you make. I don't know, I like Miss Joan, but I feel like I kind of have a thing of rooting for older people. So I feel like I have a soft spot for her. But I agree with you that yeah, nothing she's presented so far have been like, but I think she's okay.
Mind Mind you, she's the one that has said it, right? Like it's not me coming from Miss Joan. I think Miss Joan is great because they show her things in the workroom and she's like, child, get that thong out my face, right? Like that stuff. So you can tell like she's good and we like her and she has personality and she's endearing. But at the same time, I'm at the point where I'm like, Miss Joan, this is a design competition. I need for you to be able to show us what you're capable of. Because if you follow her Instagram, she makes really great like
I know,
wedding
I love,
dresses and
yeah.
and great tailoring and that stuff. I just want to see that translated to the screen.
Give her a wedding challenge. She'd kill that. She would kill that.
Kill it. Yes. Okay. Next up, we have Ethan. What did you think?
I absolutely adore this. I again love how futuristic this is, how edgy. It's very Ethan. I love the silhouette, the colors. For me, this was just like perfection.
So what was it?
Turn on.
Surround sound?
Surround sound. Yes, I forgot which one. Yeah, surround sound.
Yes, I agree. This is also surround sound. Listen, when this model came out, you know how Project Runway does this like
Hmm.
slow mo thing. Oh, so you get to because they know that the
Yep.
look is great, and so they only do it for select moments, and they
Hmm.
did that with this one, and I was like, Ethan, you better bitch.
I
I
mean,
said this is good.
it is. It is. Even the way the dress, like as she was walking, like the way it kind of moved, like I loved everything about it.
Yes. And it takes a skilled designer to put everything in the kitchen sink on a dress and it does not look cluttered.
Honestly, this kind of it gives me Alexander McQueen.
It does, very much so. And these are butterflies and zip ties.
Bitch, you can't tell.
No, it's
You
really
can't
good.
tell. Yeah.
Okay. And now let's get into Antonio. What did you think?
Low volume. There's aspects of this that I like. Like I actually quite enjoyed the actual dress that she had on. Um, the coat, I like the color of it and I like the idea behind it. I didn't quite like I really like the styling for the most part. I really don't like the shoes. I hate the shoes, but I like the bag.
Okay. So I gave Antonio, I put it on mute for the exact reasons that you gave it low volume because I just don't like the styling of it. I think the styling kind of takes me out of the look. For some reason, it just looks disconnected. It looks hodgepodge. I, I'm not a fan of Antonio's designs, and I have not been a fan of Antonio's designs in the first 3 episodes. And that's no shade to him. I'm just not inspired by his designs. The opposite can be said about his brother Jesus. But for Antonio, I don't know. It feels like I'm following my little brother's footsteps, even though they're twins. But it feels like one has more talent than the other one. That came off really like mean, and it's not what I
Girl.
meant for it to be. But it's giving that. It's giving like I want to look up to my big brother, but I'm not as talented as my big brother. Yeah.
Girl. I mean, they're both very different. Uh, I like them. I I do prefer Jesus's looks overall, but I think Antonio has a lot of potential.
You only saying that because they're gay and they're Mexican.
Oh, absolutely. The fuck? I gotta support. I gotta support. You
Right.
racist
I'm like you
little shit.
I'm, I'm like you're only saying that because
I
they're
have
gay and they're
to.
Mexican. No,
Yeah.
no, no, no. But all jokes aside, there is potential in this look right here, regardless of me throwing shade to Antonio or not. There is a lot of potential in this. I think there is some elements that's very fresh and very fashion forward. It just was not executed the way he needed it to be. And so for that, that's why I put it on mute. But there is elements to this look where it's like, yes, that coat, I have not seen that coat before.
No. But and again, I really like the color of the coat, and I appreciate what he tried to do. I just think it was the final execution that I was just kind of like it looks like doggy bags that were all tied together, like poopy bags.
Correct. Yes. Yep.
You know,
And you don't want your look to look like doggy poop
literal
bags.
like literal shit.
Right. All right. So, last but not least, we have Joseph McCrae. What did you think?
I actually kind of like this one. Uh, like I don't I actually enjoy the silhouette. I like the color. Could it have been executed a bit better? Yes. I love this top half, even though it kind of covers her face. I don't know. I just think he did something interesting, and you could tell obviously who made this. For me, this is like low volume.
Hmm. I put I put Joseph McCrae's look as a turn on. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. I don't know. There's something about this that I feel like it is great. Even though he took the banner, like the school banner that you have, like it's a science fair. Those banners, those large ones. He did it. Now, those banners are it's really hard to get shape out of it. And he was originally going to make a kimono, and it was not working out for him like at all. He couldn't get it to be structured. It was just too rigid. He couldn't get taken it. It was not. It was a hot mess. But this look right here is really good. I like the styling. So he made a bag. There is on, I guess, on her right hand, she's wearing a glove, but on the left hand, she has a pencil in her hand. When I say this whole fucking look right here is so cunt, it is great.
I, for me, I think the only issues I have with it, which is the reason I didn't give it like a turn on, is it's a little like on the top part asymmetrical, and I don't think that was necessarily the intention. Like, but
Right.
hello, he used really hard material, so like props to him. Um, but I really do like this top section that kind of covers her face. Not
Yes.
no shade to her, and like it just I just think that's a really interesting piece right there.
Yes. That's what made the look though. And when she
Yeah.
walked, it kind of gave her a little bit of mystery, and I thought that was
hmm
great.
hmm Honestly,
Okay. So,
it reminds me of like Gaga's The Fame Monster album cover, like
yes.
when she's like, yeah, very
Mm-hmm.
that.
Very much so. So the top looks happen to be Ethan and VJ. They get honorable mentions by Law, but right off the bat, Law was like, Yu Chen is the winner. Now, here's the thing about this challenge that's very different from the others. This was a blind runway, so Law had no idea whose look was whose. And so he was just going based on his top three and his bottom three. And so he chose Yu Chen as the winner. Now, because of this win, there has been a lot of controversy online calling for Law to be fired because he has no idea what he's doing, saying that Law is like he is a mess. They need to get rid of the roach. Like it's a lot of hate being thrown at Law Roach because he chose Yu Chen. One of the the comments that he made, he said that the underboob is sending him. He loves it. He was like, this is amazing. And so people don't understand that Law is an image architect. And so he sees fashion different than a lot of people. And so that's why he chose Yu Chen to win the challenge.
I mean, I get why he chose him. Do I agree with it? No, because that just wasn't my personal favorite. But people need to shut up. Like, it happened already. Like, just let it go. It happened. They're not gonna fire him. Uh, and at the end of the day, like, he's the one who's deciding. Like, get over it.
I think that it's the opposite is going to happen. The more y'all talk about Law Roach being hated, the more they're going to keep him on the show because that gets y'all talking about the
Ratings.
show. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think the fans
hello.
understand that. The more you call for someone to get fired, the more that person is going to stay on the show that you want them to get fired from.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like,
Unless they, it's like you're calling them to get fired because they did something really atrocious. Then yes,
correct.
but if it's just because you don't like their opinions, no, that's not happening. They want you talking about the show.
No, correct. And Law is one of those characters that he's very polarizing. There's
Hmm.
no middle ground with Law Roach. Either you
Hmm.
really enjoy Law Roach or you cannot stand him.
I love Law Roach.
Same.
I love
Same.
Law
The
Roach.
girls who get it, and the girls who don't, they don't. Okay, so now here are the bottom looks. So the bottom looks are Antonio, Joan, and Joseph McCrae. Now, Antonio is in the bottom for styling. Joan is in the bottom because Laura Roach said that her look looked like dead flowers. And Joseph McCrae is in the bottom because the back of Joseph McCrae's look, he wrote his name, and Law said that was really conceited of him, and he thought that was really cocky, and he didn't like.
See, that was a stupid critique. It's, let him do it. So what if he's cocky? He deserves to be cocky.
It's true. So now, obviously, in this new Project Runway fashion, we don't know who's eliminated until episode 5. So let's get into episode 5. So now, episode 5, the designers are tasked with making a companion look to their unconventional look, which I thought was really smart, right? Because it's the first time we've got unconventional, and then the next episode we got something to tie it in together. I think it's perfect. So kudos to Project Runway for that. Now, the other thing that's different is that again, Law Roach is the only judge, but Law Roach is not deciding who gets sent home. The safe and the high designers, along with the winner, gets to choose who gets eliminated out of the bottom 3. So out of Antonio, Joan, and Joseph McCrae. Now here's where I have a problem. Because with the critiques, right, obviously, you can take Law's critiques as a grain of salt, whatever they may be. But the designers, in particular VJ, started crying because she said that she didn't understand why Joseph McCrae didn't take the challenge serious and just made a circle skirt. So that's number one. You have Melania and Madeline saying, listen, they don't see it for Joseph McCrae being in the bottom because Joseph is very talented and that's one of their friends. Madeline is really close to Joseph McCrae. Cool. You got Jesus in the confessionals doing everything in his power in person to make sure that his brother is not eliminated. He is going to make sure Antonio stays through thick and thin. He is going to
Hmm.
try to sway the votes. He is going to do a lot of Survivor Big Brothering right now. It is a lot of politicking, okay? And then you have Ethan. Ethan is like, this may be great opportunity to get one of the twins out. Do I get the twin out? Do I eliminate Antonio? Or do I eliminate Miss Joan, even though I love Miss Joan? And she kind of threw me under the bus the last episode, but she had one of the worst looks. So what do I do? So here's where I have a problem. I don't understand why they made so much fuss about Jesus and Antonio being together and helping each other and being twin power activate to then when they have an opportunity to eliminate one of them, there is hesitation.
They just didn't want to feel Jesus's wrath afterwards. Because he would have never let them live that down, and there would have been so much drama. But I think it was definitely a great opportunity to get rid of one of them, and honestly, kind of shake Jesus up a little bit, like put
Like
scare him a little bit. see if they can start like, seeing some cracks. I think that would have been the better strategy. But eliminating Joseph, I think, was also good because he was a really strong designer. So they really did get rid of strong competition.
Yes, which I was like, one, I was not expecting Joseph McCray to get
You
eliminated.
know. Mm-mm.
Not this early on. I expected him to be in the top three for sure. I also thought there was going to be a twist. I thought he was probably going to get the Siriano save. And when he did not get the Siriano save, I was like, do they not have it this season? I was like, oh my gosh, are they not going to do this? I thought they was gonna give us a fake out, which is like, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to cause some drama and see who was going to be eliminated. And when he actually said he gotta go,
We really
he
gotta
is
go.
gone. I said, oh, he
That's
is gone out the door.
He should not have been in the bottom. I'm sorry. That should have been Madeline's spot right there. Not I'm saying that she should have gone home, but she should have been in the bottom.
Yes, again, which is why people are calling for Law Roach to be fired because they did not understand. And honestly, I need to say this, okay? This single-handedly, it's probably one of the best episodes of Project Runway because Law Roach stirred the fucking pot so much that he got a front runner out of the competition
Hmm.
without actually having to do it himself. And that right
That's
there
crazy.
is a masterclass in just brilliance.
That and
Like
as much as people are hating on it, and they're like, I don't understand or whatever. It makes for good TV. Like
Laura Roach single-handedly got a front runner out of the competition
without getting his
without
hands dirty.
having to eliminate, without getting his hands dirty, and without having to eliminate him himself. That no one has done that. That's great.
We love Law Roach.
That's a social that's a social experiment right there.
I want
Because
him.
honestly, I honestly don't think that Law Roach put Joseph in the bottom to see Joseph go home because I don't think he thought that they was going to do that. I know a part of him knew that they was going to keep Antonio because he knows that Jesus is going to do everything. He's going to fight tooth and
Mhm.
nail to keep Antonio. And I think he also thought that the designers is going to be like, no, Joseph is good, and we're going to keep Joseph. I think he thought that he didn't want to eliminate Miss Joan, and I think he thought that the designers was going to eliminate Miss Joan.
And they did it. They said, nope, we're not touching her.
They did it, and everyone was shocked. Everyone. Miss Joan was shocked. Everyone was shocked. Even Law was shocked.
I mean, like you said, I thought he was going to be in the finale. Like I really saw him going all the way. I love his designs. He was really interesting. He did interesting things. I loved his take on fashion, but reality TV, reality TV.
This is true. Yep. Okay, so obviously, kudos to Joseph McCray. We love you, Joseph McCray. Thank you. Shout out for you for actually replying to commenting on a post that we wrote that we did about you. So shout out to you. We stand Joseph McCray over here. We got to get one of those stacked beanies.
Listen,
Hook us
I
up
will
with
take
that.
anything. I will
But
take anything. I will take.
listen, but
Yeah,
it's gonna.
girl, send me something.
You
I
gonna
will
take
put it
what?
on. Anything that he wants to send me, I will take
Yes.
it. Anything.
Yes, 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 yes. But it's so sad to not have Joseph McCray
Yeah.
on our television screens. But Casey, episode 1, Alex, episode 2, Angelo, episode 3, R.I.P. Joseph McCray, episode
All right.
4.
R.I.P.
Sadness,
Girl, he didn't die.
sadness. He didn't die, but you know what I mean. So that leaves Ethan, Madeline, Antonio, Bologna, Jesus, Joan, Yuchen, and VJ fighting it out in the companion look episode. So let's get into the looks. So, like I said, the designers are challenged to make a companion look to go with their unconventional challenge
Hmm.
look. So, up first, we have Antonio. So, now, based on the criteria of making this companion look be a companion to the unconventional look, is it successful? What do you think?
I don't think so. Like, I don't see this as companion looks. Besides, like, there's nothing in the second look that like makes me think, oh, this was like based off of like this look. Like the color is different, the silhouette is different. For me, this is a mute. I don't think it's anything really interesting. Like it's pants and the corset.
Yeah, I gave it a turn off. You put it on mute. I gave it a turn off. I thought it was meh. And honestly, no shade, I'm not a fan of the panty. And the panty is showing in both looks, and I just don't think it was necessary. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it.
What you want her whole kuka out?
No, I didn't. Why it has to be see through? But you know what I will say? The if you look at the photo behind the companion look, he styled the unconventional look different, and he had a clear pump. And remember, you threw me a lot of shade the last episode when I was like, "Oh, it needs a clear pump." When we were talking about it, and he was like, "Ew," but it actually made the look even better.
Okay, that's
It
fair.
was good,
I I mean, my biggest problem with the other was the shoes. So good. I still
right?
even with the clear pump, though, I don't think it was enough to tie the two looks together.
No, it was not. But the clear pump did make the unconventional look better. And he did not have the bag. So it was just like full like sheer and see-through with the pink jacket. It looked much better. I still didn't like it, but it was a good look. It was better than what walked down the runway in episode 4. So then we have Joan. What do you think of the companion look?
I actually really like this look. It's very well made. It is a little on the like basic side, but I think it's very well constructed. I like the color, I like the fabric. Do I necessarily like look at them and I'm like, oh, those are companion looks? Not really, but I think it looks good. So for me, it's a low volume.
I gave Miss Joan a turn on only for the second look because the first look is still a hot mess. But the second look is really good and it's well made. So if this is what Miss Joan can do, this is what I've been waiting for because this is a really great look. And it's made impeccably. So if she can do this in a short amount of time, then I expect this level of execution all the time.
I want like a full gown. Like I just wanted to do that once before. I was about to say before she gets sent home, but that's kind of shady. But I just want to see her do a gown at least once during the competition, like a full like gown.
Correct. Same, same, same. Okay. Then we have Ethan. What did you think?
This is a turn on for me. I love the silhouette of this. I love the way he cut the fabric into the shape of a butterfly that really connected it. I love that he kind of added the colors with the cape train pulling behind her. I just think she looked really good. I love this. So turn on.
I gave Ethan a turn on as well. He was almost at a surround sound. It's because the styling, he just needs to work on it, right? Like, he just less is more. It didn't need the reveal and it didn't need that shawl thing because it
I like
it would have
it.
been a great dress without the it would have been a great dress without the neck piece. He didn't need it because on the side boob he had the fabric that was just the shape of the kind of design on and kind of style of the butterfly dress. So they all tied in together. And then he had the butterfly on the chest that he cut the fabric into the shape of a
I
butterfly,
think that was
which
so
is an
cool.
amazingly shaped butterfly.
Hmm. That was amazing. That
You know, we have you ever have you ever watched the show Into the Badlands? Okay.
it sounds
So
familiar.
watch the show. Yes, it was on
Go.
AMC, but it was like a
Watch the show. I'm watching like 10
post-apocalyptic
different
like
shows right now. I ain't got no time
yeah,
to
yeah,
watch
yeah, yeah.
another
But
damn show.
I'm like, this is previously on podcast. This is what we do. We watch shows and we talk about it. So now this butterfly looks exactly like one of like the houses, like the
Like an
emblem of
emblem?
one of the
Okay.
the battle houses. Yes, it's spot on to it. So this is a really good butterfly design.
Yeah, and I mean it was very well made. Like, how did he do that?
Yes, yes. I don't know, but he did it. Okay, then we have Jesus. What did you think of Jesus's look?
I actually adore this look. It's giving me like Wednesday Addams, Morticia vibes. I love the fringe on the sleeves. I love the silhouette of it. It's, something a little different. For me, this is a turn on.
I actually gave Jesus a turn off. And it's not because the look was bad. It was only because he plagiarized Ethan's look. So behind this look, there's a long red stripe that goes from head to toe. And Ethan literally had the same red stripe on one of his, like literally, so one red stripe. And
I
I
know
love
it's
that
on.
Nina called out Jesus for doing it. And so that's the only reason why I got to turn off. It's because he plagiarized.
I mean, Ethan doesn't own red stripes.
True. But you can't. literally do like the same look 2 episodes later.
It wasn't the same though. I don't
I
know. I
mean,
adore
and
this. I
say
adore
this is
this.
so, and say it's like original. You can't say that the red stripe is original, and then don't
Okay.
think that the judge is
Okay,
going to
maybe.
call you out of using the red stripe.
Yeah, I mean, fine.
Okay, plagiarism. Plagiarism is plagiarism. He could have cited, like,
We could have said
cited,
inspired by
use the word
Ethan.
cited page. Correct. Like, where's the bibliography? Like, come on now.
No. What you
APA,
want?
AMA.
Would you want the bottle coming down with like a reference, like source material?
Hello, yes, a works cited, yes, a works cited page, yes. Hi, my primary source was Ethan.
I'm
Like,
weak.
yes.
I'm weak.
Okay. Then we have VJ. What did you think of VJ's look?
I enjoy most of it. I really didn't like the shoulders. That's the only thing that really threw me off for this. That part for me just felt kind of unfinished. But I really like that this also kind of mimics that whole like kind of 3D printed vibe. So I really enjoy that. I like the pants. I like this chest part. It's just the the shoulders that kind of ruin it for me. So for me, I'll give it a turn on. But those shoulders gotta go.
I gave VJ a surround sound. I think this second look, the
I
companion
thought you
look,
were
is
about to say
amazing.
turn off.
To me, honestly, no, to me, honestly, this is probably one of the best things that I've seen on Project Runway. This is an amazing look. This is good.
It is good. I didn't have that same response as you did. I liked it more the more I looked at it and the more I stopped looking at the shoulders.
The
I
circles
really
didn't
hate the
bother me that
shoulders.
much.
They
I
do.
actually
It
enjoyed
feel
it.
to me
I think it's
it just feels unfinished. That part feels unfinished.
interesting. I thought it felt very like it's poking her, which is intentional because she should be like the devil, so like pain is pleasure, and then the other one is like the angels, very ethereal. I went real like biblical with this. Like that was my
Girl, I just
brain.
saw black and
My
white
brain
and I'm
went
like the
into
opposite.
oh my god. That too. I also thought that was smart too, right? Because
Mhm.
that's also a companion look too, right? She played on black and white. And just there's elements to the look that with the shuttlecock, shout out to the shuttlecock, that played into this look without your shoulder piece. It would have been great.
I without the shoulder piece, I would have loved this. I probably would have given this surround sound.
Okay. Then next up we have Yu Chen. What did you think?
It's given Victoria's Secret runway. I feel like I've seen this before. Like to me, it's nothing that like I'm like screaming at someone's lungs like, oh my God, like it's a jacket, it's cute, but I feel like it needed something more. I appreciate that he used the soccer balls again, like to make another skirt, but it's like the same thing. Like for me, it's like a mute.
I gave it a turn off. I didn't like this look at all. And it like put the two looks together just made me realize like Yu Chen should never won the first challenge.
I mean that too, but
like Like these two looks are like, what is this? Is this FIFA? I'm confused.
apparently, apparently the boy likes his soccer balls.
Mm, didn't like it. I was like, oh no. And the styling of the second one, I just wasn't a fan of it. Not at all. Didn't like it.
Mm, you can see that. Yeah,
Yeah. And then we have Madeline. What did you think?
I'm gonna need a new TV. Don't like this. Once again, I feel like the details kind of get lost in the top part with um the color of the fabric. Like you can't really make out all the details. I really don't like the skirt. Just I can see the connection between the two looks, but I don't like this at all.
I gave Madeline a turn off. I don't see the connection between the two looks, so I don't know what you're seeing. So
I
when
do
we
because
finish
of
this
the
episode,
way.
you need to let me know what the connection
No,
is.
so the top part, like the way the fabric is kind of like sitting, like it kind of mimics the first look. So that's how I see it. But again, because of the color, I think all the detailing just kind of gets lost.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't think that Madeline felt inspired, and obviously,
I
spoiler,
mean,
when she's talking about it, she wasn't inspired. Like she wasn't inspired. She said it. You could tell that she was a little defeated and she kind of gave up, right? And so that piece, I just think it was a combination of probably like anger,
hmm
sadness. They had to eliminate Joseph, right? All of that played into this, and then now you want me to make a look based on something in which it was like, whoa, right? So I get that. And I think all of that played a part into Madeline's look.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. And then last but not least, we have Bologna. What did you think?
This is a turn on. I really like the structure of this, especially the opening of the skirt at the bottom, the way it kind of is all layered together and you can see a little bit of each color. The top part I'm not like crazy about, but that skirt is like really what did it for me, like that bottom half.
Interesting. I gave Bologna a mute, and it's because of the challenges that she had in the episode. This original dress wasn't supposed to be for this model. Her original model called, like, I was about to say called out, but got sick, and so she had to swap models. So the model was supposed to, this model is wearing the unconventional look, and that was the look that she was supposed to wear. And then the other model was supposed to wear this one, but the other model was bigger, so it would have fit the other model better than it fits her.
I mean, I
And
think it
so
still looks,
that, taking all that into consideration, no,
I like this. I really, really do enjoy the skirt, like a lot.
it's not a bad look. It's not bad at all. It's just she had all those challenges, and so it kind of felt a little like meh, right? And so again, a lot of the critiques for Melania was like, "Where's the inspiration?" And it kind of felt like Melania was felt uninspired. Because if you put both of them together, do they look like they are in the same house? Yes, but does it look like something that you have to be like, "Oh my god, I need to go out and buy that look tomorrow"? Like, no.
The skirt, yes, the top half, no. I really don't like the top half at all.
Okay, on that note, um, we see that the top looks are Ethan, VJ, and Jesus, with VJ winning the challenge. Did you agree?
Oh, I think it should have been Ethan, just because I kind of preferred this look a little bit better. But VJ was a very deserving winner too.
Yes, the only reason why Ethan didn't win is because the styling, right? Less is more. He didn't need the reveal. If he did not have the reveal, if he did not have that fabric, he would have. On the neck, he would have won. Simple. Because they was raving for his dress. All the judges loved his dress. They just didn't like that he had the styling of it. That was it. That
That's
pretty much
fair.
what it was. And then the bottom looks are Antonio, Madeline, and Bologna. Now, just like in true Project Runway form, we're not going to know who gets eliminated until episode 6.
It'll be funny if they eliminate Antonio. It'll be so funny because
You know,
they.
a part of me really wants that to happen.
Hmm. Me too. Just for the drama of it. Not because I don't like Antonio, but you know the drama.
Yeah. But I just have a feeling it's going to be Madeline. I just have a feeling
I
it's
I,
going to be
I
her.
agree.
And they're going to save Antonio and they're going to save Bologna.
I agree with you. I mean, she should have gone home for the other look. Honestly, uh, I really did not like the other look. But I think yeah, I did. These two looks were both misses, so I think it's her time to go.
Yep, which is unfortunate, but it's the one day you're in, the next day you're out, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. So, if you laughed, if you nodded, or yelled same at any point, go ahead and hit that follow button, leave us a review, and share this episode with your favorite TV junkie. Until next time, this has been the Previously On podcast.